Hi Gemini, welcome to Pure Tarot. So I'm doing your November reading, but I am choosing to do a love reading. At least I'm hoping the cards will really show that well for you. Just want to say that it's not just a one-sided reading where we're looking at your person. It'll be interchangeable. It'll give more maybe a broader picture on the connection, right? So I'm starting with an oracle card. I want to only pull one card per deck. I have 2 tarot decks in front of me. If ever that's not what you like, if you prefer lots of clarification, maybe this is not your read. But I let you be the judge of that. Wow, a loving gaze. That's interesting. So right off the bat, it's like the Page of Swords energy, right? Someone is looking at you with love, and it shows in their eyes. I'm hearing so their gaze is very expressive. You can read their thoughts. You can probably sense the energy flow in as well towards you, the energy of love. Maybe even heat, because you would feel like a very strong attraction. Or at least you would be able to sense it, right? Behind the gaze is the energy of the attraction, almost like a layer effect. So I'm going to draw one card out of this tarot deck. Out of this one is only uprights. Same thing, I will pull. I usually like when the cards come out, fly out, but tonight I prefer to draw. Death. Okay. So I'm thinking of Scorpio, of course. I'm mentioning that because Scorpios are very magnetic. I know I'm doing your read, Gemini. But there's something very charismatic and very sexual, maybe. I was describing the attraction being in the back, right, of the gaze. So that kind of pull, that kind of magnet. So when I draw more the other tarot out of the other tarot deck, I might be able to tell you if we're looking at something, a connection that's transformative, which should be the case because of the major arcana like death, but I wonder in which way it'll be transformative. So I'm going to say something really silly, okay? I'm very strong on imagery, and I was looking down at the card here, and I see these two yellow triangle pointing down. And I just saw fangs, and it's Halloween, so I'm thinking, you know, like any animals with fangs, but obviously the first thing we think about is like a vampire. So side notes, again, I don't want to read it as negative, as someone is being a vampire, but maybe it could be as, you know, simple as someone is choosing a vampire costume for this Halloween. But I do want to say about the vampire idea, there is something about the bite, so the neck. Maybe it's something you really like. In the attraction piece I was describing, maybe you're easily aroused by being bitten, or, you know, like hickeys or licked then in the neck area. Also, maybe the back of the neck could be really, really sensitive. Let's draw out of the other tarot deck. This one is both upright and reverse cards. You see, I don't want to interpret death as simply like something that ends. I really want to see if we can push further here. And okay, so some cards flipped. I'm gonna take them actually. There's two. Also, I do want to really emphasize the vampire idea. I really don't want to spin it negatively. Even if I'm able to see and read that there could be some energy pull from the gaze, right? From the act of watching, of admiring, of coveting, of desiring, longing, you know, all of these feelings I'm describing. I don't know if I should call them feelings or attitudes or behaviors, or I don't have the right word for what I just said about yeah, they're feelings, coveting, desiring, etc. Yeah, they're feelings. I don't want to make it negative, but there is some form of, there's an energy exchange, of course, definitely. But I don't want to make it like it's only in one direction, like the action of, you know, sucking something out of, you know. Because on the contrary, the gaze, when you think about it, is directed outward. So, and the vampire idea is it being something being sucked out. So it's really important for me to make you understand that it's not like a vampire energy, the way a lot of you'll hear through the internet in the community about energy vampires and all that crap. It's really an exchange. It's bidimensional. Bidirectional, excuse me. Maybe bidimensional as well. That's funny. Somehow videos are bidimensional. Interesting. So the cards that fell are both upright. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Fool. It's beautiful energy. There's something crazy about these cards, about they're facing one another. Well, facing. Maybe I spoke too fast because this Fool card is strange. He's bent, curved, and he's actually looking this way, or some in a twisted way, but his body is turned this way. And then this Page of Pentacles is offering something to the Fool, who's kind of looking away. But what's fascinating is the position of this head, right? And the way it's turning the gaze. There's something strange about that. But it's also another way of saying that the gaze is emphasized. And don't twist my words, and don't make it that the gaze is twisted. It's not like that. It's almost like this Fool card, he's having a moment of extreme, how can I describe this? Almost like an extreme emotion that makes him twist and turn, right? Like a strong, something that is, like, I don't know, I want to mimic, not mimic, sort of use my body to show you the emotion that I'm trying to describe. Like, have you ever felt like, I don't know, like when you get surprised, like your body just, you have a physical reaction to something, right? So it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like feeling like, so maybe the gaze is also like the fact that the Page of Pentacles is bringing something. So it could be the gaze of the page extended into the offering. So again, the idea that in this one direction of the energy, so that particular offer is creating an effect. So who's who in this equation, Gemini, whether you're receiving the offer or you're presenting the offer, whichever way. There's something about the reaction of the Fool. Maybe that's what it is about. How can I put this? I want to go back on the idea that one is like the gaze going outward, and then the vampire energy is like something being taken out of. So I'm kind of seeing this sort of play out here between these two cards as well, right? So that's what I'm trying to describe to you. So I think that the page here is presenting, so the gaze is being projected outward, and the Fool here is being, that's why probably his body is reacting. Something is being like, almost like the emotional reaction is something that's being pulled out of him, right? Literally like extracted out of him. So it's a really strange, it's beautiful actually, because it's almost like, imagine someone that's a little shy, a little stuck, a little, and then suddenly like this loving gaze and all this love and all is creating maybe this transformation, right? About having these feelings sort of pulled out, you know, and so it's really interesting, almost like being pulled out so that they meet the gaze. So that's the beautiful part about, there's something about the meeting of the two energies of being pulled out and directed towards. Just to be clear, the fact that the energies, the gaze is being directed towards is sort of the momentum that is drawing out the other energy. I don't know if you understand. I hope I was clear with that. It's a very, I'm going to say it's a physical reading. Like it feels, like I can feel this energy of, especially the one that is being, that something is being almost like a reveal. There's something about a discovery. And I think it's got this person really like inside out, being twisted like, oh my God, what's happening to me? This kind of energy. It's really, really... And when I say a physical reading, just because I just feel like playing it out, or I just, you know, there's something about wanting to express myself more with my hands. There's something interesting about the visuals. I'm going to leave it there because it's very enigmatic in terms of how it would develop. All I can say is that somehow presenting the offer, maybe even just through the gaze, the loving gaze, that comes along with desire, longing, coveting, all these words I've used before. And then also the fact that the other person is basically reacting to it, like shows the reciprocity. And also all of that together can be summarized in one word: attraction, physical attraction. So it's really, it's a beautiful reading. And I use the word enigmatic because you can't really explain that, in the sense that you cannot explain this attraction or any attraction between two people. Sometimes there's no use saying that it's only a physical because they're handsome or this and that, right? Or they're nice and they're polite, or whatever you want to say. It's the more I'm going to say divine portion of the attraction that is just unexplainable, just like a force, right? Like a force of nature, like I have the word, it's happening. Things like that, right? That you don't need to describe, you don't need to rationalize, you don't need to explain the whys and, you know, the what. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's funny that I have to try to explain something that I'm telling you should not be explained. Anyways, so that's what I have. I hope it resonated somehow. I hope you liked the reading. If you do, give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't. But mostly, come back. I'll see you soon. Bye.